Good afternoon. Welcome to 94.9 32 FM. Football is back this weekend. I know you're excited, and so we're going to give you plenty in terms of the headlines from the world of football. Managers have been speaking in the last few hours about the state welfare of players ahead of the weekend game starts tonight in France, and of course in Spain. We've got game. So it's Paris Saint-Germain against Strasbourg, and I'm happy that we're seeing the friendly going now on satellite TV. I am Peter. Welcome one more time, and this is Scoreboard Reloaded. I've got SAMIES on the right and Dolakbo on the left, and together we'll see what we can offer you for the next 27 minutes. Club football also is back, but this time it's a CAF inter-club competition. Two teams from Nigeria are doing battle. Starting from Rivers United, who are playing by 2 p.m. in Maputo against Black Bulls. And for Remo Stars, the champions of the NPFL, they will be home on Sunday against Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. Oh, I like that, because it was just a few days ago, it was South Africa and Nigeria who will get a ticket to the World Cup. That has settled. So the other one that we have to settle is not a small matter. It's a big matter, because now CAF have said the big boys can join. The two big boys, Al Ahly and Sundowns, have joined the other big boys. And guess what they said? For the Nigerian champion Remo Stars, you have to play against these big boys who are Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. Daniel, this is the Goliath. Daniel, this is a lion in front of you. Find something to do. You must tame this lion. Lion that I'm standing in front of you is Mamelodi Sundowns. You must stop them. We'll see if you can't stop them. All right, for Rivers and for Finidi George, we wish them all the best in their game on Saturday. And hopefully at the end of this round of the CAF Champions League, we'll have two teams play in the CAF group stage. I will be super excited to see that happen. To see Rivers United and Remo Stars both qualifying for that morning spinning. That stage where, we'll have to see them play live on TV. Hopefully that can happen. Hey, let's see. Of course, MPFL also will have got game coming up, but attention will be focused more about how these two Nigerian clubs will be doing. I'll be getting SAMIES start and the Dolakbo start, and then we'll talk about some club football away from the continent. Liverpool, Manchester United, Roma against INT'L. Do you have those numbers in your head? And in Germany is the Klassiker, is Bayern against Dortmund, and this is how you want to start football after 2 weeks of club football gone, or taken away by national team football. So, that's just the way to start. Ahead of the UEFA Champions League for Tuesday, Wednesday, so a whole lot of football you've missed. There's a way these guys just plan this thing. So, you're horny. You're hungry for football. You have football back. Sammy, it's a pleasure having you. Like I said, so much happening in the world of football. We'll start with Nigerian clubs out on the continent. For Rivers United, someone wants to say, it looks like an easier time, but it's not easy. You're going to play in Mozambique, and it's away from home. The last time Rivers went away from home, they got something deserving and they came back to get the job done. But this will come a little bit tough. Are there games going on today as we speak? I think there are 2 games on. We'll see, catch up with that later. But let's stick with the runners-up of the league. Rivers United against Black Bulls of Maputo, that is in Mozambique. Sammy, it's a pleasure having you so much to discuss on the show.
Good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon, Dolakbo, and also to everyone who has joined us. As we know, it's exciting weekend just upon us, where we have the return of club football in the men's game after the national team assignment. And starting straight from the home scene, when we talk about Nigerian football, it is Remo Stars against the Mamelodi Sundowns, which of course I think is the biggest game of that this round. When we talk about CAF Champions League qualifications, why have I said so? For Remo, the champions of the NPFL, Mamelodi Sundowns, champions of the South African League, and I dare say that this is the first time I think we will see both sides go head-to-head with each other in a CAF club competitions, and I want to see the level of performance in which both sides would give, especially for Remo Stars, where of course they would have to play that game very closer to their home fans. That's talking about at the MKO Abiola Stadium there in Abeokuta. That is one game they want to play, and we know that it is a makeshift home for them at this point in time, but Daniel Ogumodede. I want to see what he can also do with the team, because we know that at this opportunity they have, it is make it or you go back home. They win and they actually get into the group stages of the competition. That's the CAF Champions League, which will also make it much more easier for them, because Mamelodi Sundowns, they are a threat. They are, and also then we'll talk about CAF competitions.
Yeah.
So that means they want to be Mamelodi Sundowns in the CAF Champions League. So they get them out of the way.
If they do, the likes of Al Ali and Experience, even Rivers, if Rivers get to win that game, all of them will be happy.
Yes.
So you have getting the
biggest threat. You've gotten it out of the way.
And then on the flip side, eyes will now be on Remo Stars.
Yes, of course, eyes will be on Remo Stars, and that would be an opportunity for them not to snooze also when we talk about their level of performance, both on the home scene and also that's on the continent in their CAF Champions League. But hopefully, I hope the game goes the way of Remo Stars on Sunday, where they play at the MKO Abiola Stadium there in 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐿𝐿, their makeshift home against that's talking about Mamelodi Sundowns. But for Rivers United, well, let's see how it goes also for them, because of the actual truth. It has been a long time we saw Nigerian sides in the group stages of the CAF Champions League. CAF Champions League, I think it's been years. Yeah. It's been years. We've not seen them in the CAF Champions League. And I want us to rewrite that. Since, or especially now that we want to grow our football, and we've seen more like two of the biggest sides reach the final preliminary rounds, and hopefully they get a victory, they will be in the group stage. In the Confederations Cup, no representative.
Yeah. So
the CAF Champions League, it's a spot for us to also still keep maybe our coefficient on the high.
Yolakwa, how big would this be for Remo Stars, knowing that you're playing the first leg at home, and we know how these things can be on the continent. If you play, some say the advantage is when you play away from home in the first leg, and Remo Stars, we saw what they did to their opponents in the previous stage, even though those games were played here in Nigeria because the Commonwealth Club could not have the game in their home ground. So, Remo Stars, what do they need to do? How many goals do you think they need to score to be assured of a place in the group stage?
Good afternoon, Peter, SAMIES, and everyone who has joined us on the show this afternoon. Well, for Remo Stars, I think playing away from home first is just not some. Playing at home first is not something good for them, because I would have preferred to see them play away from home first and see if they can get anything. But then it is just all about these players having the determination and having it in their mind that they can do it. It's not something easy playing against a team like Mamelodi Sundowns. Most of their players are just coming, but I think that is one thing that could be that should work well for Remo Stars, because most of the players from Mamelodi Sundowns played with the national team, while Remo Stars players were still with their team, they were training together. But then you look at it very well, and you look at what these two sides have. For Mamelodi Sundowns playing at home, going into this game, I think what Daniel Ogumodede should be telling his players is just try as much as possible not to concede too many goals. I don't see them going there. Yes, it's football.
But if possible, don't concede
at all, if possible. Because I'm not very sure. Yes, it's football. It's 11 players. Anything can happen. But I'm not seeing any scenario where Remo Stars is going there to win. I'm not seeing it. Right now, it's where I'm sitting at the moment.
You think they can go to where?
South Africa.
South Africa. Just remember.
I don't think they can go to South Africa and get anything. If they get a draw, I'll be very happy. I'll be super excited if they get there and they get a draw. But for me, if they go there and they lose 1-0, I would take it, because you can come home and change that.
No, they are playing the first leg.
They are playing the first leg here at home. If they are playing the first leg here at home. Playing this game here at home first, I think just try as much as possible not to concede, like I said earlier.
But if you're saying that, if the Lakpo is saying something that they should try not to concede, one goal will not be good.
At the basis of all these things for Nigerian sides is just about keeping it simple at home. You win your game or you draw. You can live to fight another day. But this is an instance where, for Remo Stars, I know there would be one thing on their mind also, wanting to be conservative with their gameplay and all of that approach towards the game. But when we know the magnitude of this game also, you look at it that this is a game where you can also make a statement for yourself. Because we look at the last 4 years for Remo Stars, they've actually been the only side in the Nigeria Premier Football League that have been on the eye. Like their level of performance, I think it's on a high. They keep increasing year by year. And from their promotion back to the top flight, we've seen them gone past one preliminary round to another preliminary round, CAF Confederations Cup, CAF Champions League on 3 or 2 different occasions. And now this is the third time for them. So they should actually be third time lucky in this kind of a situation. So playing your game, be mindful. You might concede or you can concede. But it's all about the determination also from the players, the zeal, the passion,
But
also from all of these things.
That can have this psychological parts that can be played out. If you win by 2-1, you know how these things work out.
So that's because of the belief I think most of us have in Nigeria now. That is also what we see in our league, that you go away from home, you're not capable of getting victory. If you have that mindset, I'm going away from home, even from your home league, that I want to go and demolish this team, I want to go and win 3, 4, 5, 6-0, you can do that.
Okay.
But now it's a difficult task for them because it is quite difficult in the league, and now they are going to the continental stage to do that. How can they achieve that?
Maybe one of the things that Dolapo said the other time that can work, but again, if you have to look at it from another angle, might not. Most of that had their goalkeeper, Ronnie Williams, captain of Bafana. I mean, they were looking for tickets to go to the World Cup. Now they have it. That can motivate them to come play this game on Sunday against Remo Stars. And I talked about the South Africa-Nigerian battle for the World Cup tickets, and that can psych them up. On the other hand, you might say, they're a bit tired mentally, and of course, in terms of the physical aspect of it, and Remo Stars who have been busy playing MPFL game once in a week that can spoil them up. And for Daniel Gumo, they're also going back, that's euphoria of Nigeria getting the playoff tickets. All of these things it all depend on who gets it. But I hope that Remo Stars can get it, Rivers can get it, and they will have 2 teams play on the CAF Champions League. We know the CAF Confed Cup are out of it, so let's go for the big one, and we'll have the big one right in front of us. It's just to wait. And we'll wait. 180 minutes can stretch to over 180. It all depends on how the results went in both legs of these 2 games involving Nigerian club side on the continent this weekend. Let's talk about some club football because of our time. Quickly here, SAMIES, Dolapo. I don't know which part you want us to start from. There's a Liverpool, Manchester United. There's a Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and the other smaller ties. There's Roma, Inter. There's Fulham, Arsenal, Atalanta, Lazio, Milan, Fiorentina. I don't know, maybe you guys have a few from your own end, but this is what I have here. So where do we start from? I think we should start from the Classica. Talk about Bayern against Dortmund. You say they've called it the Bayern League, but we saw what Leverkusen did 2 years ago when they won the league unbeaten. SAMIES, if there's one man you want to put your eyes on this weekend, none other than Harry Kane.
Yeah, we know Harry Kane has also been on a roll, both for England and also for Bayern Munich. I think he has over 10 goals, accumulative goals this season, and he is the front liner for them. And you look at the recruitment also in which Bayern Munich they've done. I think what they failed to achieve 2 years ago, they actually want to dominate in the German Bundesliga once again.
Wait a minute. This is third season with Bayern.
Yes,
this is third season.
Wow, just look like 2-1 in front of me now, but 3 seasons. The first season they didn't win the league.
No, yeah, looking at it because for Bayern Munich, they are wow. For Bayern Munich, for Bayern Munich, they are winners, and they failed to win the league in Harry Kane's first season, which felt like the Harry Kane curse in the German Bundesliga then. But for him and the recruitment and Vincent Kompany, and I see a man in person of Vincent Kompany that is also evolving. When he started his coaching career with what's this club in Belgium, he started his coaching career Anderlecht. In Anderlecht, went to Burnley, got fired, and now Bayern Munich called him 3 years ago also.
Was he fired him? You don't fire him in Burnley.
He left for Bayern. After relegated.
I was even thinking about you doing the breakdown of the club he played for. Okay, now I get his manager now.
So he is learning and he's taking lessons from previous performances and outings.
I don't think you call him a learner now. because
He's won?
his first season he won the league.
No.
No, it's second.
That was the
second
second
season.
season.
Second
The first
season he
season
won the
he
league.
did not
Yes.
win the league.
He did
Is it
not.
the one there when Xabi
Yes.
Alonso was in charge?
He
Yes.
was the one. He was the
Oh.
one that lost the league.
This
to
thing
Xabi
came
Alonso.
so it's Vincent Company and Kovac.
Yeah,
the
Niko
head
Kovac.
coach,
Yes.
Niko Kovac, the Croat, in charge of Dortmund. And this is not a Senior Junior Park. This is the Allianz Arena. And we saw how the German boys did play together in the last World Cup qualified. Karim Adeyemi played Dortmund, Germany.
I was
Gnabry.
about to mention Karim Adeyemi and
Yeah.
say that for Karim Adeyemi, is a man to look out for in this fixture as well.
Was also
Not
alongside,
Bayern.
Not
alongside,
not Sergio Aguero.
alongside
Both
Grassi.
Guirassy.
Yeah.
Both players, I think, they are on a roll also, especially for Karim, who struggled last season and 2 seasons ago. But this season, he has been getting amongst the goals for that
So quickly
the
here,
yellow one.
Dolapo, who do you think might be the difference?
I
in
think
this game?
Bayern would win, and I think with just their front line is what would make the difference. Yes, both sides have been good this season. Bayern have won all of their games in the league. Dortmund has only drawn one game, and that was against RB Leipzig. That was the only game they've drawn. They won all of the remaining games. But the only thing is, when you look at the front line of Bayern, looking at Michael Olise, Luis Diaz, who have scored 4 goals already this season, and Harry Kane, who have scored 11. Compared to what they have there at Dortmund, yes, you look at their players and you think they have good players. Guirassy knows how to score goals. Karim Adeyemi, like you mentioned. But one thing about this Dortmund team is they can be very inconsistent, and you never can rely on them, especially when they are playing against teams like Bayern, because you've seen Dortmund be on a good run of form, and then they face Bayern, and all of a sudden you see them losing anyhow, losing 3-2-0. So I still don't think Dortmund has what it takes to face this Bayern currently, because the way this Bayern team have been playing currently, they are playing really, really good football. If you watch the way they are playing, even in the Champions League, they are scoring goals and they are not really conceding so much goals. So I think Bayern will take this.
Okay. So before we wrap up with some more ties to look forward to this weekend, we've got something from the Super Falcons camp ahead of the WAFCON qualifier coming up in a few days from now. And according to the statement from the media officer of the side, Mary Akinshola, said the Super Falcons game against Benin, goalkeepers Chiamaka Nnadozie, Andeline Ngbechi, Rachel Onuachu, both goalkeepers home base. 3 goalkeepers invited, except for Chiamaka, who plays his football in English Women League. Defenders Osinachi Ohale, Shukurat Oladipo, Michela Lozier. Sammy, these are names that won WAFCON a few months ago, but there's new blessing in Libya from Bayelsa Queens, Oluwatosin Dimeyin from Turkey, Miracle Usani from Abia Angels. I think these defenders are new here. Midfielders Rashida Ajibade, Paris Saint-Germain, scored last night, not enough for his team as they lost to Real by 2-1. Taiwo Afolabi from Rivers Angels, Deborah Abiodun, Washington Spirit, Jennifer Ichejine, also part of the Paris Saint-Germain side last night, and Chayetu Uchebe, who played for Benfica. He also played in that game against Arsenal last night when his team lost in Portugal to Arsenal by 2-0. Forward Chinwende Nyozu, Joy Omewa Fortune in Denmark, Esther Okoronkwo from Toronto, Asisat Shuala from the Saudi Women's League, Felishade Ijami Lucy from China, and Kafayat Mafi Shere from Edo Queens. So that means this is quite a new mixture of the home and the foreign-based girls in this one. Is it because we are playing Benin Republic? We have this?
Well, you look at it, what's the level of importance of this game?
But they're not happy that they came here, they lost, their boys lost. So the girls might be saying they come for
The
revenge.
boys are different from the women. We know
they
for
might
the
be
Super
crying
Falcons,
for revenge.
the Super Falcons tear themes apart on the continent.
Oh, one day.
Yes,
no, they
now,
do that.
Winning 10.
They do
winning
that.
10 WAFCON is not a joke.
They do
It's
that.
not a joke.
They do that.
No,
So,
he said
but there is
everybody
one
apart.
thing.
I mean,
There
you
is
have
one
been
thing
torn apart.
I look at and I say I'm quite happy with is the involvement of home-based players within the folds of the Super Falcons. There is level of growth and continuity we are seeing now with the folds of the Super Falcons. Every international window, you see 2 to 3 players from the home scene join the senior girls in the camp of the Super Falcons, and that's definitely a good one. That's a good run, definitely.
Okay.
But still no Monday gifts. we still don't have her in the team, and I don't know.
Yeah,
what is wrong exactly.
And for Monday Gifter, she won a club's that's a player of the month. So
and she's scored 8 goals this season, if I'm not mistaken. She's been scoring goals.
Managers have reasons, you know.
Yeah, managers have reasons.
I say.
See, managers have reasons.
If we didn't win,
but
if we had not pick up WAFCON, we'll be cutting his head into pieces. But if he likes to play all the old girls' own base, just win. That's my own. Now nobody can say you're just bringing up this thing of within no gift. What do you call it? Gifts. Monday gifts. Who cares? The girls are winning. If we don't win, that's when we'll come for the coach and say, Baba, invite this girl. She's doing well. She's getting MVP. She's scoring goals. But if the girl is scoring goals, winning MVP, the national team is winning. When you ask the coach, he will tell you, I will invite him when the time is good. So let's allow him to do his job. Let's talk about how it's going on this weekend. Liverpool against Manchester United. SAMIES, Liverpool, they've lost before the international break. United won. What a time to play Liverpool for Manchester United. You say?
3 games without a victory for Liverpool going into the international break, and for Manchester United, more like they found their rhythm before the international break. And we know what the international break can also do. That rhythm can be lost.
What can you do?
They won only 1 game. They didn't find any redeem.
No, they defeated Chelsea and they won against.
They lost after that.
In 3 games, they won 2.
Yeah.
Compared to Liverpool, in 3 games, they lost 3. So these are the things. But going into this weekend, I see it as a different contest where I see Manchester United coming out on top. Why? Why? I look at Liverpool and the inconsistency Liverpool they've shown this season. I know Manchester United, they have their own, but the bigger picture, Liverpool are the team to beat, and they've shown high level of inconsistency.
Hold on, for time. I would like us to break it and see how I can make this. Delacroix, you said,
Yes.
That's you find it difficult for SAMIES saying that United to beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, when you look at it very well, United has not won any of their last 8 away games at Anfield, and this is one team they usually find it difficult to beat, this Liverpool side. And when you look at Manchester United, yes, they won against Chelsea, they won against Sunderland before the international break, and it looks like there's not much pressure on Ruben Amorim at the moment.
Especially with the public statement from
Sergeant Ratcliffe saying they're giving him 3 years, but I think I'm not going to take Sergeant Ratcliffe's word seriously, because he also gave Erik ten Hag a 2-year contract and telling us he would stay, sacked him 2 months later. So I'm not going to take that so seriously. But
be careful.
United has not won back-to-back games in the Premier League since Ruben Amorim came in.
And you don't see that
I
happening
don't see that happening. Maybe the best they can get in that game is a draw. Mo Salah knows how to score against Manchester United.
But if United get a draw, that's like a win for them.
Well, maybe.
Even though it's not, but if you get a point. So SAMIES, let's quickly see how far we can do some prediction before we go. Put analysis aside. Delacroix, I'll start with you. Bayern Dortmund.
3-1 Bayern win.
To win. SAMIES.
Well, I see the game settling for a draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roma Inter Milan.
Roma has been good defensively. I don't know. Inter. Let me go. I'll go for Inter to win 1-0.
At the Olympico.
Yes.
Inter
to win 1-0. Yes. Roma has been good defensively since the second half of last season.
in charge now.
Yes, I know.
Remember that.
I just think Chivu and his boys can just get a 1-0 win.
Inter Milan is not convincing, but you think Liverpool can go there and get the job done?
I think they can win 1-0.
SAMIES, can Inter Milan win away from home?
Well, I think we're discussing about their fixtures right before this game. So, their next 3 games, I know a lot of people would want to say is easy. First against the Roma, then against the Belgian side, Union Saint-Gilloise, then Napoli and Atletico de Madrid.
So you think Inter because of our time?
Well, I'll stick with Roma
to win this one.
Inter also, they've not been.
So let's quickly talk about, because it was time, this was with Atlanta Lazio.
Another draw, 1-1 or 2-2.
The Delacroix can be so sure, and you can take the Delacroix's word to the bank.
What about mine?
I'm not sure taking your words to the bank. So SAMIES, Atlanta Lazio.
Atlanta Lazio.
Bergamo. Guess this one.
Well, I'll pick Atlanta for this.
To win. Yeah. Milan, Fiorentina. Milan playing at home.
AC Milan, yeah, of course.
To beat Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Good form.
Moiskin has just 1 goal this season.
Yeah,
That's bad.
And when you see the combination of Luka and Rabiot, you just say, come on, what's going on here?
And then
Like
Christian
they've been
Pulisic
playing-
is not dropping.
And like they've been playing for years. The way you see Luka
Pulisic
at 40.
didn't finish the game USA played.
It doesn't matter.
Don't know if he's fit.
Okay, so let's talk about 2 Premier League games. Craven Cottage, 5:30 Saturday. It's Fulham against Arsenal.
Arsenal has not won any of their last 2 away games against Fulham, and they keep on conceding in the last 4 games.
Mikel said
against Fulham.
Zubi will be fit to play, but of course we know that Odegaard will not be playing for the next few
But
weeks.
Merino might just be the man that plays in the midfield. You never can
So
tell
what do you think Fulham Arsenal will be?
I don't want to predict that.
Why don't you want to predict that?
Nah,
Well, I would
you-
just say for Arsenal, I see them as a side who actually might navigate their away games this season
And you know
based
that
on their
a
recruitment.
win for Arsenal.
Will much more cement their place at the
Yes,
top of
top,
the standing.
yeah.
And because they have the easiest run of
Saw it
fixtures.
last season. Okay.
They have the easiest run of fixtures.
Okay, the Lakwa's doubts. We'll wait to see. I'm not surprised.
But I'm
Dalakwa
taking
is-
Arsenal.
You're taking Arsenal to win.
Yeah.
So let's wrap up the show with the big one. Liverpool against Manchester United. Sam is in 30 seconds.
Of course, Manchester United. That's simple match.
Okay, you stick to them to go Anfield to win. Dalakwa, you say no?
I'm seeing Liverpool will win 2-0.
So we'll have to leave it at that. John Lee James and Dennis will give us the game from the Premier League from 3 p.m. on Saturday. But before that, there will be the lunchtime kickoff. And that will see Nottingham Forest against Chelsea. For Nottingham Forest head coach Hank Postecoglou, questions around his future. He said, when I get this kind of comments, you know what I go to do? I go win something. I don't know what
Something
that
I want
means.
to predict again. I see Nottingham Forest is in Chelsea.
I didn't say that, but he has come out to say he has refused to talk about Fulham, Chelsea, Fulham, Arsenal, but he's got the gut to talk about Forest, Chelsea. There you have it, guys. Delacqua, Freestar, Sporting Clever will be here for 5, and that will be for a gay. The Friday edition of the show coming up for 5, but before that, we've got the news for 4, and then some good music to drive you home before we get sports in Yoruba coming up. I am Peter I've done this with SAMIES. We'll see you guys again on Monday. This time will be 7:40 for Scoreboard in 15.